ElkY's going to throw his hand away.
One thing we know about ElkY, he plays ace-king very aggressively.
Chris folds, Christian folds. David folds, it's back to ElkY.
I'm all in.
ElkY announces that he's all in.
Yep. Not
That's
a
aggression
surprise.
for you.
Not a surprise at all. And actually a tough decision for Ricky Fornbach, because at this point he pretty much knows ElkY either has ace-king or he has a pair bigger than jacks. Maybe he only has jacks himself or a pair of tens. But when you look at the range, he is behind.
He's called. Pocket jacks against the ace-king.
Nope, you used up your one-time mate. I don't like his chances here.
Really, he should be crying 2 times.
Do it. ElkY is 46%. If you give me 50%, I'll bet on ElkY, even though it's not. I'll give you 50-50 on the bet. In other words, we'll bet even money, but I'll take ElkY.
Don't forget, as ElkY reminded him, he's got more chips than him. Ricky Fornbach's at risk, and the king puts ElkY in front.
The flop is
The curse of the one-time.
Diamonds.
So now Ricky Fornbach needs to hit. Running diamonds, a jack. Well, that gives him a straight draw as well.
That gives Ricky 4 more
He goes
outs.
from
He needs a
2
jack
outs to
or a
6
queen,
outs.
or he will be out of the tournament.
Big card, but still only 14% chance to get lucky here.
River card, please.
Looking for...
It's a 6.
No, it's a 6 on the river. Ricky Fornbach is out. He is the 8th place finisher, the first player to leave our final table. He will get $150,000. He asked for one time. He got his one time. He asked for it again. Hey.
Yep, you can't be greedy. If you're going to say one time, you got to mean it.
Don't take the Michael with them poker gods.
He shouldn't have said one time because he was ahead. So he should have just said, you know, hold him here, let's hold him.
So now we're 7-handed, and on this hand, we are going to sweat with David Pham. We are only going to see David Pham's hole cards. We're playing it from his perspective.
This would actually be a lot tougher if we were playing against him, sweating someone else's hole cards, because David has such a wide range when he's the chip leader.
And from what we've seen so far, we know that people are looking for really premium starting hands if they're going to go up against the dragon to the flop.
Well, you either got to decide to gamble with him, or you have to decide to wait for premium hands. Those are your two choices.
Well, here's David. He's got 9-4. He's in the small blind, and he's just going to call, and ElkY will check. Well, he could have any 2 cards here.
Yeah, he could. There's really nothing. I mean, he could have a strong hand that he's slow playing to trap with.
3 of hearts,
you know, you just don't know.
9 of diamonds.
Well, David's made top pair.
Big flop for 9-4 in a heads-up pot like this.
David bets 90,000.
Makes it 90,000.
Yep, that's a pretty typical bet there.
ElkY calls.
Quick call from ElkY.
Well, there's no telling what he has here. He could have anything. He could have made a straight. He could have a draw that he still has, like the 4-5. He could have
David
1
checks.
pair, 2 pair, over pair. It's pretty hard to put him on a hand here, I have to admit. But he has something. I'm David, though.
ElkY bets 250,000.
See, I would have bet the turn.
Yeah, David checked, allowing ElkY to put in a bet of 250,000.
I'll tell you what, if I'm going to check when I still have top pair in a spot like this, I'm never going to fold. The only question is, am I just going to keep trapping and call here, or am I going to make a raise?
David raises 500,000 more.
There's the answer. Another 500,000, a total of 750,000. So difficult to predict what ElkY might be playing with. Could be 8-6, 6-3.
So you notice how ElkY's breathing looks like he's shallower now?
ElkY calls.
He looks like he's breathing more shallowly, which is a sign of adrenaline release, that he has a big hand. So I'm thinking he really has something good here.
River's a 3 of spades.
So he could have just made a full house. He could have missed all his draws. So many things are possible. But I feel like ElkY has a hand because of the way he's breathing.
David Pham still with top pair, and the 3s on board.
David bets 715,000.
ElkY said call before the money was even in the pot.
Well, he was waiting for the numbers
has
to
a
be
straight.
committed.
He wins the pot.
Oh,
ElkY
wow,
shows
what a
10,
catch.
7, so he made a straight on the turn.
What a catch on the turn. He had 4 outs for the straight, 3 outs for an overcard to hit a higher pair. You know that David's thinking right now, man, why did you have to hit that?
Bit of a blow for the dragon. He is no longer the chip leader.
ElkY had 10-7.
That will be this man, Bertrand ElkY Gropelier. Play continues after the break. Welcome back to the Pokerstars Caribbean Adventure, a tournament that's part of the European Poker Tour, but isn't actually in Europe. It's here at the Atlantis Resort in the Bahamas. Not a bad location, I'm sure you'll agree. So 7 players left at our final table. Blinds are 30,000 and 60,000. And the
Action's on Craig, and he folds.
has been folded around to Hafakan.
Hafa folds.
He's not going to play this hand.
Yep, that monitor behind them, you know, obviously isn't real fish, it's just a picture, but you come here to the Atlantis and there's tanks bigger than that monitor that
Christian
are full of
is
the fish.
all in.
I'm so glad Greg Raymer is here to spoil the illusion of television.
ElkY
Christian Harder has moved all in, pocket
Joe
sevens.
folds.
And ElkY quickly calls with the
Christian
pocket
has pocket
jacks. We
sevens,
could be
ElkY
about
has
to
pocket
lose another
jacks.
player, Greg.
Looks like jacks are the key hand at this final table. They win one, they lose one. Let's see what happens here.
Christian has a 7 to space.
On this occasion, the jacks are 4-1 favourite over the sevens. Christian Harder looking to hit, or he is out of here.
He will be our 7th place finisher. Go ahead, flop, please.
You're running too good, man.
5 cards to come. There's a
Flop
10
is
and a
3
jack.
Unless he gets a miracle, Christian will be our 7th place finisher. Turn card.
Runner is his only outs. He needs a 9 and an 8 or a 7 and a 7.
Now he has 4 outs.
That is a huge card.
Hit a straight and
So now he's
stay in the
looking
tournament.
to hit a 9 for the straight.
Any 9 for it, but
That's
no.
it. Christian will be our 7th
Christian
place
Harder
finisher, winning $200,000.
is out of the tournament. ElkY takes his chips. He will take home $200,000 for 7th place. And we are down to 6 here in the Caribbean. So ElkY consolidates his chip lead. He's now got more than 9 million of the chips on the table. David Pham in second position with 5.6 million. The short stack at the table is Craig Hopkins, the last remaining Englishman. He's got just over $1 million. Remember, the next man out gets paid $300,000. We have a new dealer at our final table, and the blinds are going up 40,000 and 80,000. The running ante 10,000.
Those blinds sound really big, but you got to remember, these guys all have, you know, on average, like 2 million chips each. So that's still like 25 big blinds for the average size stack, and that still gives you plenty of play here. It's not all in or full time.
Calls.
Flat call from first position with the ace-10. It's a questionable play.
That's very questionable, and he's, you know, one of the shortest stacks right now. So, you know, why not just try to steal the blinds and antes here? You know, in a 6-handed game, ace-10 is probably the best hand.
Well, if one player limps, guaranteed others are going to try and follow suit. That's what Hafakan's done, just calling with the queen-jack. David Pham coming in from the small blind with 9-10, and ElkY checks his option with queen-4.
Yeah, given these hands, I mean, there's a pretty good chance that if Joe had just raised coming in, he would have taken down the blinds and antes.
Flop comes down.
Top pair
7 of spades,
for Hafakan.
deuce of hearts, jack of clubs, David's first
Gut shot
act.
straight draw for David Pham, and 8
David
to make
checks,
the straight.
ElkY checks. Actions on Joe.
No hand for Joe ElkY.
See, now betting here would be ridiculous. So you didn't raise pre-flop when you probably had the best hand. Now you probably don't have the best hand, so why bet it?
Up to calls.
Yeah, he's playing in reverse here, so... and you can just see the look on his face. You can see that lack of confidence. You know, now that he's become a shorter stack, you know, he looks beaten. He looks defeated. And I think his playing decisions reflect that appearance.
Turn card brings a queen of clubs. David's going to be first to
Now
act.
2 pairs for Hafakan.
2 pairs for Hafakan, but now the straight draws have come in.
Joe's
The
check.
king would work for Joe ElkY, and an 8 would still work for David Pham. A king would be real fireworks, because David Pham would have a straight, Joe ElkY would have a straight. We'd probably see an all-in.
Off of it's 350,000.
Khan's still got the best hand, and he's betting it.
I mean, his opponents only have 8 outs combined, so he's still a solid favorite here. As you can see, 80% he's going to win this pot.
David calls.
David Pham will chase. Joe ElkY won't.
Yep, he finally wakes up to the fact that he played this hand badly and should just
River
abandon.
comes down to jack of
Full
spades.
house on the river for
David's
Hafakan.
first to act.
Well, this hand is over unless David decides to make a bluff at it.
Which would be a case of
David
bad
is
timing.
checked.
Instead, he checks.
No, I think he's just going to check and fold here. I don't think he's going to do anything foolish. You know, he can't represent a jack because he just called on the flop. So that's not going to be a believable bluff. You know, he just called on the turn, so you don't give him credit for a queen. It's hard to put him on any good hand here. So if he makes a bluff, it's really a desperation bluff with very little hope of success.
800,000. David